What up, y'all? It's your man ES the Herman Star back again with another video, and I'm here to do the general read for the sign of Cancer. So if you have Cancer anywhere in your chart, sun, moon, or rising, this is for you. What's happening? What's happening, Cancer? Let's get you a good shuffle. All right. If you would like a personal read, you are able to book that with me by sending me an email. You can find my email in the description box below. Just know that there are scammers, even bots. I've seen some bots now. It's crazy out here. But it's scammers, bots in this community. So I'm laughing because the bot that I saw is hilarious. That was a hilarious situation. Anyways. Just know that if anyone is reaching out to you, offering you reads, offering you anything else, it is not me. All right, I would never reach out to you. You have to reach out to me, and I only offer personal reads. I don't offer any crystal reads or whatever the case is. That ain't my expertise. But check out the other folks in this community who are experts at doing all that extra stuff. All right. Anyways. We have the Nine of Cups to start off your reading here. And this is wishes being fulfilled, you know, which is great to see. I do see from the rest of what your cards are here, there's a little bit of improvement you do need to make on, I guess, a mindset shift. We'll get there when we get there. But for the most part, I think that, and I'm still, recovering from getting the cold. So, yeah, apologies. But, yeah, for the most part, I like this energy. I'll read the other cards, of course. We just started the reading, but I do like the energy that I'm seeing here in this reading. We get your next card, my favorite card in the whole tarot deck, the Hierophant. The Hierophant in reverse, though. So this is somebody who is open to changing their mind about something. They're not really necessarily stuck in a traditional set of ways. And I believe this is good. This is good. As I've stated in previous readings, whether it was for you, if you got this, or other signs, this card, and I know people have their ideas of good and bad cards in the tarot deck, but I feel as though you can never go wrong with the Hierophant. It's really a cheat code, really, throughout life. You can never go wrong with the Hierophant energy, whether it's in reverse or upright. Now, granted, yes, of course, there are times where you could be too much into this absorption, I guess, or too open-minded to the point where you don't necessarily have your own thoughts, it seems, or have your own moral code, or have your own way of behaving, because it just seems as though anything everybody says is, you're going to latch on to it. One person could say you have to think this way and act this way, and then you do it because you're keeping an open mind. But then the next person says the total opposite or something different from that, and now you're latching on to that. Like, you could be too much into glamorizing new ideas or just new ways of doing and being, rather than sticking to what is true to you. It's great to be open-minded and seeing what gravitates toward you, but you can't be too much into an energy of, hey, I'm gonna be a vegan now because a vegan said this and this is brand new to me, and now you did that, but then so imposed a new idea, the keto diet. Now you're going to, you're I don't know, a keto dieter, a ketogenesis. You're a ketogenesis now because someone presented new information about the keto diet, and now you want to be a ketogenesis, right? But then someone presents carnivore diet, and that's new information to you. Now you're a carnivore. So you see what I'm trying to get here? It's like, you have to, it's okay to experiment. It's okay to have an open mind. But I feel as though in order for you to truly live your life, you have to settle in a good way, not in a bad way. Of course, it's your choice. But I think in order for you to be grounded, if you want to, let me put it that way, if you want to live a more so grounded, structured life as the Hierophant upright would symbolize, a more traditional, grounded, again, structured way of doing things. If you want that, you're going to eventually have to decide which diet or which lifestyle fits you personally, despite what new information is being presented to you. You can decide that by experimenting with new ideas, of course. But again, if you want that grounding, if you want that tradition, I would choose the lifestyle that best fits me. If I tried all three, like I said, keto, carnivore, vegan, and I was like, okay, I think I like this keto thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's where it's going to set with me. And I'm going to follow the strict keto diet, whatever the rules and regulations, the outline of what it means to be a ketogenesis, but not like, that's the lifestyle I'm going to follow. That's going to be this type of energy, So, but you got to that point by being this, which is great, again, but you can never get to a grounded standpoint if you're constantly jumping from one lifestyle to the next based off of new exposure, That's just with that. Your next card is the Page of Cups. This goes with the idea of opening up your mind. Again, the Hierophant in reverse. This is someone who is very much curious, someone who moves with curiosity. And again, I think you're Cancer, you're in I'm going to say I won't say a rock and a hard place. You're actually in between like a cushion in the cloud. Like, I don't think you can, just like the Hierophant in reverse, which I've never done a reading like this before, where I feel as though either or if I rarely get readings like this, let me just say this, where I feel as though either or you decide to go, you're going to be comfortable. That's why I say a cushion in a cloud. You know what I'm saying? If you go the cloud route, clouds can change, but they look soft. They are, whatever the case is, right? So, they can change like the Hierophant in reverse and all that stuff, but what remains the same is they're soft. Cushions are soft constantly. You know what I'm saying? If you have a one of those little cushiony chairs, it's not going to change its color unless you change the color. It's not going to change its softness unless you do something about it to change its softness. The brand of that little cushion chair or pillow or whatever the thing is, that little plushie, right? That the brand isn't going to change unless you change the brand. You go out and you buy a different brand of cushion chairs or whatever the case is, right? That would be this type of Hierophant energy where it's the same brand, it's the same cushion, it's all of that stuff. So this reading is like very much Hierophant like energy here, where to me personally, if you don't want the grounding per se, continue on being curious, continue on this journey of curiosity and going forward. But I am looking at these cards and saying that there's a bit of you that wants that grounding. And you can't get that being in this type of energy. Like I stated before, this is someone who is presented with new information constantly and they go toward that or experimenting a lot, pretty much. This is someone who is curious. And with curiosity comes experimentation. You're not necessarily going to find that grounding if that's something you want. Now, your last card is the Death card in reverse. Stagnation here. You know, a fear of change. And this right here and a bit of the Nine of Cups that showed up as the first card is why I kind of feel you want some, you want change, but not so much. You want that stability. This is why I say that, because you have the Death card in reverse. This would be a new beginning. This would be like brand new, all this other stuff, but you want this. And like I said, with the Nine of Cups here, this is also the card of someone who is assured of themselves, like they're assured of the situation that they're in, self-assurance. And usually self-assurance comes when there is consistency. You know, I'm gonna use me as an example. I'm assured in myself to do these readings because there's a consistency here. Every weekend, every Friday, every Saturday, every Sunday, I do 3 videos. Well, you know, try to be as consistent as possible. Of course, there have been times where I've fallen short. There have been times where, you know, you've only got 1 or 2 readings. But for the most part, that consistency is there. Rest assured, though, you're always going to get readings. It may not be your sign, but a zodiac sign, one of the 12 signs, you know what I'm saying, is going to get a reading from me every single weekend. Why? Because that is the consistency that I've decided for myself and for this channel. That was just an example. I'm not saying you're in the same boat, but there's a bit of, again, with this Nine of Cups showing up upright and then this Death card showing up in reverse, there's a part of you that is having fun being curious and trying new things, but ultimately I feel as though you want consistency. So, and really, like, the advice for this is, if you want that consistency, ultimately flip that Hierophant and to upright position, flip it to this position, and after you're done experimenting, decide on which exercise or which lifestyle or whatever the decision is symbolic of, which one you want to, for at least the time being, want to settle for. And again, in a good way, not in a bad way. Which one you want to say, okay, I want to do this. Like I said, I gave the example of the dietary plans, keto, carnivore, and veganism, right? And I said, okay, if I decided to be keto, I tried all 3 and I decided keto was the best plan for me. So I'm going to decide to do keto, you know? So that's what I'm saying here. It's really like there's a bit of curiosity and it seems as though you're having fun with it, which is great. You know, Cancer, you definitely deserve it. But there is something here that also is very much saying that ultimately you do want consistency. Ultimately, you might end up getting bored of constantly changing, constantly trying things new, and not necessarily having something that you can personally identify with, you know? So that's your decision at the end of the day. And like I said, to the other 2 reads that I read for today, and, you know, and other reads in general, you're going to do what you want to do. I'm here to tell you what the energy is. But I'm going to love you and leave you right now. All right. This has been your general read for today. These reads are evergreen, so take it however it resonates within your life. If you would like a personal read, you're able to book that with me by sending me an email. You can find my email in the description box below. There are scammers and bots in this community. I'm laughing at that bot story. I'm still laughing. Anyways, there's scammers and bots in this community. So anyone reaching out to you, offering you reads, claiming to be me, offering you reads, and anything else, it is a scam. Check out, again, the other links in the description box below to help support me, help support firefighters out there in California as well. Get yourself some merch. And yeah, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you for trusting me for being your intuitive reader for today, or at least one of your intuitive readers for today. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, until next video, you see me when you see me. Peace out.